Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm is your fishing headquarters.
Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. My dad and his buddies are up north for their annual buddy trip.
This is a big, beautiful fish.
Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! Look at the size of that walleye, Danny! Look at the size of that fish. Yes, folks, so we've been doing this trip since 1997, Tom and I, coming up to Vilas County and fishing for a day and a half with a group of guys, and we got pits. How many years you been coming now?
I think this is my 4th year.
Oh, cool. It's fun, isn't it?
That's a riot.
Yeah. Now, Tom, we got a beautiful morning today, but there's some wind advisory for this afternoon.
Well, they say it's going to be 70 degrees and like 40-mile-an-hour gusts this afternoon, John.
Well, we should catch some fish in the Kalm then beforehand. But we got, 3 boats out here. We're going to have a good time, and it's a grab bag?
It's a grab bag of anything.
Walleyes, bass,
northerns,
muskie, too. We'll catch something, won't we?
Oh, yeah, we're going to catch fish.
Crappies.
I hope we catch some crappies.
I do, too. We'll show you what we're using, folks, and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this. And a reminder, folks, the bugs in the northern Midwest are terrible this year, mosquitoes and black flies. Folks, with all the rain we've had this summer, what does that mean, Jack?
There's lots of black flies, mosquitoes, and lots of ticks.
So what do?
We use Kalin insect repellent.
And the reason, Henry, that we use Coleman insect repellent is they have a formula for everyone in the family. For the littler kids like Jack and Christina, I like the Skin Smart DEET Free. And I just put a little bit of that on them in the morning, and that gives them 8 hours of protection. Right, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, Henry, for you and I, we're a little bit bigger, so we use the insect repellent that is called...
the Sportsman formula.
Sportsman formula. It has 40% DEET in it. I put it like on you and on your legs like that, buddy. And what does that do?
That protects us from the bugs.
For 8 hours. You love your Coleman insect repellent?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Introducing Blackfish Performance Wear for the ultimate sun protection and cooling comfort. Using chemical-free cooling technology, our Shade and Eclipse series is designed with unique fabric to wick moisture away, as well as create pockets for air to keep you cool. Whether on the boat or on the dock, choose Blackfish, because you can choose the weather. Blackfishgear.com.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
Hey, welcome back, folks. Tommy, fishing against the shoreline there. All right, buddy.
This is a nice fish.
Let's see, get him in that net there, Pitts. Little pike. But Tommy, we had a pretty good cold front move through. We got high blue skies, but you like to fish the windy side of the lake, huh?
I do. John, yesterday it rained and rained and rained. It was cold, and finally it cleared off, and we got a lot of wind today, but I'm pretty optimistic that we're going to have a great day of fishing.
Hey, here we go, front of the boat. We got ourselves, hey, nice walleye. There we go, guys. And this time of the year, when you're talking about mid to early June, most of these walleyes are still going to be using the green cabbage. And I think the most effective lure for this is that 1/8-ounce Google Eye Jig, which obviously has that little rattle in it. And I go to a little smaller jerk minnow there. That's the 4-inch jerk minnow, but very pretty walleye. We're not keeping any fish today, but if we were, folks, that is the easy thing. That's the perfect size to fry up right there. But again, just using the Humminbird, before we even started fishing, we just putted around to find green weeds, and that's where that fish was laying, in 5 feet of water. Tommy, come on up with the Frable, or come on up with the net. I need to...
Is that a nice walleye?
It feels like a good walleye. It really, boy, that wind is howling today, folks. It really is. Okay, here we go, Tommy. Hey, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Another walleye there.
Look at this color.
The color on these fish, folks, to me is so gorgeous. And ooh, that's a nice walleye, isn't it?
Very nice.
Now you want to see what a walleye does to a Google Eye Jig and a small
Let's see it.
Kalin's jerk minnow. Look at that. Look at how he ate that. And that's a beautiful fish there, about 18, 19, folks. And the deal when you and I talked a few minutes ago about the windy shorelines,
Right.
windy shorelines, walleyes will be in shallow water because the bait all blows up shallow, you know?
I believe that.
Very next cast there, very next cast.
You need the Frable?
I think I can flip this in, but it does feel like a walleye. And here he is, a little walleye there.
Nice, John.
No, it's interesting though. You got the smaller walleyes with the big walleyes. This is on the very next cast.
John, you got the hot
And
hand.
here we go. Here he comes. I'll flip him in. There we go.
That's a
Nice to see all these short fish, folks. But it is interesting. They're schooled up right in one little weed section up there. Oh, this is a nice fish. I'm gonna have to go back here.
Come on, John, let's get it.
This is a nice fish, folks. Mike, get on that net, buddy.
I got it.
Okay, man. Let's see where he's coming. Ooh, nice fish. I think it's a walleye. No, it's a nice bass. Here we go.
Nice bass.
There we go, folks.
Very nice bass.
Wow, now that is
It's a bass.
holy cow, Pitsy Reed, buddy. Folks, hey, hold it. Give me the net. There we go. Folks, this fish is pushing 5 pounds, and he just smoked that little jig with that Kalin's on it. Look at that fish, folks.
Wow.
Isn't that gorgeous, Mike?
Beautiful fish.
And you know, they're really on that plastic today, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous fish. And again, folks, barely hooked. And there, that was on that, again, that Kalin's 4-inch jerk minnow. Isn't that thing great? Yeah.
I got to switch to that.
That is a beautiful fish. I don't care if you're fishing on the Bay of Green Bay. What's that, Tom?
Looks like a nice one. It's a hurricane.
As long as you don't blow in there. Pitts has got to get the net for you there. Pitts has got to get the net. Looks like a walleye. Oh, Tommy.
It's a nice walleye.
Flip him in, Tom. Come on, get him in. Pitts is too slow with the net. There you go. That's a nice 17-incher right there, Tommy.
Sure is. I like it.
Now, what was that on, Tom?
That was on a stick bait.
Oh, really? Well, and again, you know, you can't talk enough about it, folks. This is absolutely the most uncomfortable spot on the lake to fish with these winds.
It's a hurricane.
But it seems like that's where these fish are stacked up on.
It is.
And that was on a Livingston stick bait, huh?
That's right.
This is the next cast after you caught that walleye, Tommy. It's so interesting, folks. These fish are really hitting you when you find them. I can just flip this one in, I think.
All right, John.
Here he comes.
Nice walleye.
There we go. There's a 16-incher right there.
Very nice, John.
Just, whoa.
It's a hurricane.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that, folks. On the plastic, man, that is so much fun when they hit too. Folks, they always talk about matching the hatch, and what these walleyes are doing in these weed beds is feeding on little perch like that size perch. And that's about a 1-year-old fish, but they're swimming all around down here in the weeds, and the walleyes are chasing them. So I chose to go with the smaller jerk minnow today, which is exactly or pretty darn close to the same size as that perch. And this is the green shiner color, and you can actually see the resemblance there. And that's been the hot ticket today, folks. Ooh, here we go. We got ourselves. There we go.
Nice, John.
We've gone an hour or two without a fish, folks. We actually tried the calm side of the lake, and no good. So we came back out here to the windy side. And you know, hey, for a June day, we got 30 to 40 mile-an-hour winds. It's really hard to feel the jig. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. This is a flipper inner, I think there, Tommy. Here he comes. There we go. Another Walski there. Whoa. Not too bad there, folks. But yeah, just ripping that jig up, letting it fall, and you're gonna get weeds on a lot of your casts, and just give it a hard rip, and a lot of times that'll fly off, the jig will fly off the weed and the fish will hit. This one, Tom, come on up here with me, buddy. This one feels a little bit better. Here he comes.
You need the net?
Ah, there we go. There's about,
Nice.
all these walleyes are about the same, 15, 16 inches long.
Nice fish.
And kind of an interesting day today. You know, we, this wind is, and I hate to keep repeating myself, but it really, you can only fish certain sections of the lake effectively, you know?
Well, you got 40-mile-an-hour winds, John. It's tough.
And you know, you brought leeches and crawlers.
It's impossible.
And you just can't get a feel with it, you know? And I'll tell you what, using a super line like Smackdown, and I use Seaguar Smackdown,
Right.
in this wind, if you were using mono, you wouldn't feel a bite.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, right. Another nice walleye.
Beautiful, John.
Hey, is Pitts gonna get on the board here?
Hey!
Mike Pitts, the Canoa Muskie Slayer. What do we got coming in here, Pitts? Let's
I
see
got
what
Mike
we got
in the
here.
net.
Down, down, down. Let's see what we got here, Pitsy.
Oh, it's a
hey,
nice one.
nice walleye there, Mike.
Oh,
Hey, there we go. Stand next to Tom so we can hear you there, Mike. You were actually started out today throwing a crankbait, which is actually a good idea in the weeds, but it is
Beautiful
interesting,
fish.
and I've got one on here too, Mike. Yeah, it is interesting, and I'll just hoist this guy in. Here he is right here. Here, Tommy, I'm gonna flip this one back to you so we can hold these up together. That's a nice walleye that Pitts caught there. And Mike, seriously, don't those things hit that plastic hard?
Blasted it, yeah.
And yeah,
how
in
he
the
ate
wind.
it.
That's a beautiful. Hold them up together, you guys.
That thing in.
Nicely done. All right, Mike, that's a beauty, buddy. Hey, Pitsy, you gotta flip that one in, buddy.
You want that?
Flip that one in, buddy. Come on, pass them up here to Pitts. Hey, way to go there, Pitsy. Good job there, pal. Just gotta change gears here, Tom. There's wooded shorelines along here, and we haven't tried wood all day, and we were actually trying for smallmouth there, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey,
were.
nice
Look at how
wood.
he
Did
ate
he
that
ever
thing.
eat that, man?
John, it was grass all day.
Yeah. Hey, another nice walleye coming in there, Tommy.
We're gonna have to flip her in, John.
Yeah, nice job, buddy, on the crankbait, huh?
Oh yeah, he hit hard.
Yeah, you like those Livingston baits, don't you?
I love those Livingstons.
Electronic sound system inside those.
Well, no wonder.
Yeah.
'Cause I was going right through the mud.
We were fishing the lakes of Vilas County, a 4-hour drive from Milwaukee, 5 hours from Chicago, and 3.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Excellent. Oh, there's a good one. Awesome.
Beautiful fish.
Look at how he ate that
He
too.
ate that Google Eye Jig.
This is the Google Eye. It's available in a live bait series and then a long hook shank series. And what we did is we took a glass rattle and built it into the middle of the round jig head and just bouncing it. It hits the bottom, that glass rattle's rattling and it's sending off vibration in this dirty water in this river, and that's the result right there.
This one's coming home with me.
Enhance the look of your landscape with cedar mulch or chips from Fleet Farm. They're perfect for flower beds, walkways, and gardens. Get 4 bags for $10. This yard machine push mower is quiet, efficient, and easily handles uneven terrain. $149.95. And clear up the water in your pond with crystal blue or blackout pond dye. Buy 1 gallon, get the second half off at Fleet Farm.
Well, day 2 and our wind has died down, and I think I got a walleye to start today. Kind of a cool night, folks. Here we go. There we go. There's a nice walleye to start today. But weather conditions are not conducive to fishing today, folks. High blue skies, 50 degrees to start the day, but that fish didn't know it was a bad day.
No, it
Look
didn't.
at how he ate that. Wow. Folks, as I talked about yesterday in cold weather conditions, cold front conditions, I go to a smaller presentation. Normally I use a 5-inch Kalin's jerk minnow. This is a 4. And I also slow down my pace when I'm rip jigging these baits. So I cast out, let that go all the way to the bottom, and you can tell when it hits the bottom because your line will go slack. Then when it hits the bottom, just a little twitch like that, let it go back down to the bottom. Little twitch like that again, let it go back to the bottom, and make sure you keep an eye on your line, because a lot of times the fish will hit on the way down and your line can be actually a strike indicator. It'll be a little jump like that when they hit it, and it is a fun hit. Here we go, Tommy.
You need a Frable?
Don't know yet. Feels decent. Nah, just a nice walleye.
Sweet.
Here he comes, and there we go.
Nice, John.
Yeah, that one might be a little short, but he hit twice. I lost him the first time. He came back and hit it again.
Oh,
I'm
John!
trying to put a Wac-O-Worm on, folks. There's no wind today, so I'm trying for some bass.
Nice.
And that was about my second cast with that.
Hey.
Ooh, there's
Oh,
another
one
with it.
came up.
Another one came up there. Well, there we go, Tommy.
Nice.
There we go, buddy. I'll tell you, these bass are a lot of fun up here, and I'll be able to grab him for you. There we go. That's a nice chunker right there. Wow, they're so strong, folks. Look at that. Nice little bass, and that was on a Wac-O-Worm casting a rocky shoreline. Ooh, another bass coming in there on the Wac-O-Worm, folks.
Nice.
Whoa.
I think you need the Frable for that one, John.
Pound for pound, they're a blast. Mike, stay on that bow mount so we don't go in too far. There we go,
Yes,
Tommy.
sir.
Here, pass them right up, buddy. There we go. They are fat fish here. You know, we caught that big one yesterday, but they're just wonderful, fun fish to catch. And that's that June bug colored Kalin's Wac-O-Worm, folks. And you just use that on a mustad hook. And man, cast it in, and when they hit, they hit. And then that's a real beautiful bronzeback. Breaking news from Mills Fleet Farm. Stop in at your favorite Mills Fleet Farm store this week and buy a St. Croix rod, and you'll get a $20 gift card for use on a future purchase. A St. Croix rod, you'll get a $20 gift card for a future purchase. Ooh, here we go. This looks like another pike, but this one looks like a nice one, you guys. Look at him in the water there. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
That is a nicer fish.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to need the net here, guys. Okay, here he comes. There we go. There we go. Whoa. There we go.
Nice,
there
John.
we go. Well, yeah, that's a pretty nice pike there.
That's a very nice pike.
Patsy, buddy.
That's a heavy fish.
That is a heavy fish, and he was sitting in basically about, oh my gosh, look at that fish, Tom.
Wow.
That is gorgeous. He was sitting in the shade under wood.
Yeah.
And
Wack-O.
we've seen that a lot though the last day, that these fish are on the shady shorelines when we're doing that bass fishing. But that's a solid pike, isn't it? Folks, I'll tell you what, the biggest part of our buddy trip is having Johnsonville's along. First of all, we have Johnsonville breakfast sausage in the morning. Then we take an hour break and fish it in the afternoon. And we don't have to take a lot of time cooking these brats. These are Johnsonville flame grilled Italians and brats, and sweet and spicy. And they do all the grilling for us right at the factory. They even have the grill marks on them. So all you got to do is put them on the grill and brown them. Takes about 5 minutes, and they are golden brown and ready to go. Well, another largemouth come right off that wood there, Tommy.
That's a nicer fish, isn't it?
Well, I don't care. You know, it's not big, but these are so much fun to catch in this shallow water. Boy, do they love that Kalin's Wac-O too, you know?
You need the Frable?
No, whoa, that's not bad there, folks.
No.
That's a pretty nice bass there.
Yes, it is.
No, they love that Wac-O, and that Wac-O is a very effective bait to use in shallow water. And I use it just weightless.
John, I got a nice bass.
Oh, just came out
Holy
of the
smokes.
water, yeah.
I need the frable.
All right, get the net there, guys. Very cool, Tom, very cool. Blake jumped in the boat to help with the netting today, and she does a good job there, Tom.
Good job, thank you.
Yep. Hey, Tom, you know, we only caught one walleye today and a couple of short walleyes that we didn't film. That's the beauty of being up here in northern Wisconsin, is you can switch gears and do the bass deal, right?
Right.
And they're biting.
It's a nice bass.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I'm Blake Gillespie here at Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters. Summertime is my favorite time of the year to go camping with my friends, and that's why I'm at Mills Fleet Farm for their variety of items that will satisfy all our needs. Mills Fleet Farm has everything you need from comfort, safety, and cooking. So make sure to come to Mills Fleet Farm before your next camping trip.
Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333. Folks, running a big two-stroke engine this year, I've really gotten to rely on the Amsoil HP Marine. This really makes my engine run better, doesn't it, Len?
It does. We do a lot of testing behind the scenes on these particular products, and a couple of the big things to think about is wear protection and detergency. We make sure that there's nothing building up inside that engine. We're also protecting it from wear, because these are the things you don't look at until something happens, so we make sure it doesn't.
And a lot less smoke, right?
Right. That's something that we actually do. We look at trying to produce less smoke. That's one of the major things.
And for more information on both the HP 2-stroke and 4-stroke Marine, you can go to
Amsoil.com.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2018 Fishing Contest.
Megan Beck of Fond du Lac caught this 14-inch crappie on Pole Lake on a crawler. Justin Gerke of Delafield boated this 29-inch walleye on the Peshtigo River on a jig and minnow. Dave Tess of Brookfield caught this 35-inch salmon on Lake Michigan on a JJ Mack. Bob Graham of Milwaukee boated this 23-inch smallmouth on Sturgeon Bay on a golden shiner. And this week's kids winners are Lauren Rudy of Appleton caught this 28-inch walleye on the Fox River on a jig, and Evan Zemer of Grand Forks caught this 37-inch northern on Devil's Lake on a herring.
Our adult winners will receive a $25 Mills Fleet Farm gift card, and our kids winners will receive a Plano tackle box. Mills Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters.
Another smallmouth bass coming in, Tommy.
Nice.
You're using a live night crawler, and I am sticking with the old Kalin's Wack-O. Look at, there's another one following them, folks. Oh, okay, get him in that net there, Blake. Blake, there you go. That was interesting, folks. I guess these fish are schooled up after spawning, because I don't know if the camera could pick that one. Did you see the one that was following them? Welcome aboard, by the way.
Thank you.
You can't fish today because we're having a little contest with the other boats. So you're here just to do what?
To net and hang out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nice fish.
Yeah, that is. Oh, Pitts, that's a nice fish. Blake, hurry, Blake. Oh, this one is big. This one is big. Come on, Blake. Oh, my. Oh, my. Pitsy, there you go. You know, that is a big fish, Pitts.
Holy smokes.
Cow. Pitsy.
Whoa,
what do you think of that, buddy? Look at the size of that fish, and tell them what happened. Tell the folks what happened.
We saw fish swimming, a couple big smallies. threw out in front of them, and bam.
Yeah, isn't that a gorgeous? That is a
belly on
big
that
pre-spawn female, and I thought most of these had spawned. What was that on?
That was on the
Kalin's
Wack-O. Wack-O.
Here we go, Tom. I want to put anchor on because I think I might have ran into a walleye here.
I hope so.
Here he is. Ooh, yeah, that's a pretty walleye there, folks. Look.
Wow, nice eye.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous
Walleye.
fish. Blake, I'm glad. Hey, you're good luck. You came aboard. And what I've got up here in the front of the boat, folks, I keep 2 rods. I have the one ready for the bass, and then when I see some wood along the shoreline, I switch to the Kalin's Jerko. Look at that.
Look at that
Open the
darter.
mouth a little bit, Blake, so they can see in there. Here, just go like this. Look at that. I mean, did he eat that or what? We found a walleye spot by a log, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, look at this guy. Yeah. Oh, Tom. Nice one, buddy. Tommy.
Nice.
Tombo.
Nice net job.
Yeah, that is nice. And I don't want to repeat myself, but I'm going to anyway. What's so nice about that Minn Kota spotlight, when you get on a spot, all you got to do is push a button and then Minn Kota keeps you right there, you know?
Well, yesterday with that wind, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a real nice walleye. Wow. Whoa. Oh, my. Look at this guy. Is that a bass or a walleye? That's a walleye.
That is a walleye.
Good. Look at that. Don't miss this one, Blake. Ooh, nice one, Tommy.
Oh, nice one.
Now, what is interesting, folks, if you pan to the left a bit there, Ryan, you can see that tree. And that tree sticking out of the water, folks,
Look at this fish.
is where we're taking those walleyes off of. And
Look at that fish, John.
Yeah, and that's 5 walleyes off of one spot. So all through June, folks can look for wood, right?
Right.
And along deeper shorelines.
Right.
If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use.
Mark, get him in there. Army tank there, Dale. Oh, there is a big boy.
I mean, I just can't believe this, folks.
Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that. That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy. Well, that one is a gorgeous fish. Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're gonna weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
Well, Tom, I got to tell you, this has been a wonderful buddy trip. You know that? I've really enjoyed it, have you?
Oh, I love it, John. I love it every year.
Yep, and you know, Blake got to see what we do up here.
Yeah, she did.
And it's just a lot of fishing and a lot of eating, right?
Oh, yeah. Just a ton of fun, John. Thanks.
And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie.
Hey,